Hey guys, welcome to our channel ZigZag Sailing, where you will be joining Alex and myself, Katie, along with our two staffies, Jasmine and Momo, on our 9-meter home-built wooden fiberglass and epoxy catamaran that took Alex 4 years to build on the island of St. John. We just splashed her back in January of 2024 and are ready to enjoy the fruits of our labor. This episode is going to include our journey from Les Saints, Guadeloupe to Dominica. You'll get a quick lines tour from Alex, and then as we head our way to the beautiful Martinique. We hit some road bumps along the way, but man, it was so worth it. I really hope you guys enjoy this episode, and feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. No waste storage on this ship. Oh, ZigZag. We headed out of Point of Pedre pretty early and made it over to Les Saints. We had to do some bottom cleaning when we were there because staying in that dirty city water put some barnacles on the bottom of our boat, but it was really nice to see it come clean. After staying 2 nights in Les Saints, we finally got a weather window to head over to Dominica. We did dodge a couple squalls, but nothing that we couldn't manage with only our smallest jib up and 2 reefs in our main. Sorry, it's probably hard to hear with the engine, but I know it's hard to tell, but the waves are doing some weird things as we round the point and paired the halt.
The tide is going down now. We left at like just after high tide. The tide is now falling, which means that the current is going against the wind slightly. The tide here isn't that terrible, but I think once we get into St. Vincent and Grenada area, we're gonna have to pay attention to those tidal currents more.
You guys see Dominica a lot better now.
We're kind of on an upwind, kind of like a tight reach, I guess. And we're just perpendicular to all these squalls that have been passing us today. And I'd say we're like halfway to Dominica.
Once we arrived in Portsmouth Bay, Dominica, we anchored, ate, and slept in that order. It is 5:50 in Dominica. We used this rare opportunity of sheltered wind to give you guys a ropes tour.
Here we have 2 halyards, one that puts it up and one that puts the peak of the gaff up. So that's throat and peak halyard. For the main, these are our jib sheets. They are 2 to 1. This little line back here is the traveler. So we're going downwind right now, so we want to travel the leeward because we don't have a boom to push the mainsail to leeward side. We have to use the traveler to get the mainsail to go to the leeward side, or else the clue of the mainsail is just going to be crunching up to the mast, sort of. So that's necessary. This is our main sheet. 6 to 1 purchase system on the main. And we're going like completely downwind now, so we're going to let it out a lot. That's it. Well, you can see our jib sheet a lot better over here on the leeward side. We go through this ring here, and then it goes up here on another ring, and it goes to the cabin top right there. So we've never even had to use, Katie has to use the winch handles, but we've barely even had to use the winch handles. And then that leads to the jib halyard, which we put on the outside of the beam here so that it wouldn't interact with the mainsail at all by the same clutch. We just put the clutch on the beam, tied a ring off to the end of the beam here, and that is the jib halyard. Oh, and then we have the jib downhaul. I guess it's the last hole. We have the jib. And this controls the tension on the tack of the jib. Keeps everything tight because there's a little wire inside the jib here. So that basically acts as a second forestay when you're underway.
It's kind of a fun spot up here when the dinghy is up here. I've never been able to sit up here before. Sometimes the jib gets tangled right there.
It just had a knot in it back there.
Yeah, we haven't been able to sail downwind much of this journey.
At all.
Yeah.
It's just been upwind.
And reaches.
Barely. We reached to get here and to get to La Saints and to get to Point of Petra a little bit, but we sailed upwind to get to Point of Petra.
Yeah.
And then we reached like a tiny bit to get into the city.
Arrived in Rousseau, which is south in Dominica, and we started our passage to Martinique and were met with crazy.
I guess biggest waves, not really biggest gusts, but
yeah, we were the first time we were a little spooked. One of our holes from the water, like it was like in the air, and Alex made the call to turn around, and that was definitely like the safest call.
And that wasn't just a freak wave, that was like looking like it was going to be consistently those size waves. Gusting up to 25 it says on windy, but tomorrow it says it'll only be gusting up to 19. So either we leave at, I'd say we try to leave super early just to make sure that we get good weather.
Yeah.
Because we're sure as shit not getting stuck here for the weekend.
Yeah, the weather goes really bad on Thursday, and today is Tuesday, so we have all day tomorrow to time our passage properly. So we're thinking about a really early morning, late night exit. We're just gonna get some rest, eat, get hydrated.
It annoys me so much to have to turn around. You have no idea how much it annoys me to turn around.
Yeah, but I'm just glad we're safe. The dogs are fine. We're all fine, so. And we are gonna start wearing our offshore life jackets all the time because it was so calm when we were in the lee of Dominica, and then, you know, not even an hour later, we got hit with, I don't even know how tall waves. The forecast said 7-foot waves, but
It's just the steepness of them that they're breaking on top of us.
yeah, they were steep as shit. Yeah, we do have to get out of here though. That was a really nice guy named Desmond. He told us that the mooring was $20 a night, and he gave us some recommendations for tours, but unfortunately we told them we were heading out. No, we're not here to hang. Our Berkey fell over. Alex is cleaning up. It's hard to see, but there is all that water. I'd so much rather be cleaning up water though than having our boat tip over. So Look at the brighter side of things. To make ourselves feel better, we split a bottle of wine and hit the hay early for our sail the next day. Just what we needed to calm our nerves before this strenuous sail. We were blessed by dolphins, which is always a good omen for sailors. You can hardly see them in the distance, but you can see their fins coming up out of the water behind our boat. Looking a lot better than yesterday.
Second attempt.
Second attempt.
Second attempt at doing this crossing. It's only 35 miles, but we were met with some really steep waves yesterday and some really, really strong winds, and which should have been a good indication when we were going down the leeward side of Dominica when we were getting 25 knot gusts all of a sudden, that's kind of what the open ocean was going to look like.
Exactly. But we left at 6 a.m. It's looking pretty good. We have a little cloud line there. I'm gonna try to let it pass us before. But Dominica behind us. And I put the dogs in our cabin and they like it better dry. We got the pups back out. But it's Saint something.
Yeah, figure it out.
What is it?
Figure it out. I've only said it about 10 times.
I don't have a phone.
I don't care if you have a phone.
It's Saint Peter. It's 5.
I'm not gonna
Please just tell me for the fucking video.
I'm getting tired of telling you what it is.
Tell me.
No.
Tell me.
No.
We're gonna look. Oh. Saint Pierre, everyone.
No, she won't remember that in 5 minutes.
I was close. I said St. Peter. Upon arrival, we had our first meal in over 7 hours, and we were greeted by this beautiful rainbow. We spent the rest of the day resting and eating. Then, in the morning, Alex and I headed into town. It was so quaint, but this dinghy dock was so steep, but I'm glad they had the ladder too.
In St. Pierre, we visited the Museum of the Volcano Catastrophe that took place here in the spring of 1902. Here we discovered some interesting facts about the events that took place leading up to the eruption of Mount Pele. There were many warning signs leading up to the explosion, including dark clouds full of lightning, droughts, and mudslides, but these were largely ignored by the governing bodies in the town because of an imminent election. The public was caught off guard when the volcano erupted, causing clouds of gases and molten hot mud and rocks to be ejected out onto the town and all of the ships that were anchored in the bay. The death toll is still being studied and is thought to be an exaggerated number because of an overestimation of population in the 1901 census. That triangle that's on this trapezoid that's on the chart.
Yeah.
Where you can't anchor is the yellow buoys. This whole area to the dock.
Yeah.
And then all the way like that.
thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode. We so appreciate that you made it this far. Martinique so far is very magical, and we can't wait to share more with you guys. So if you haven't already, subscribe for us. If you want to, check out our Patreon, and if you'd like to buy us a coffee, we would so appreciate it. Last night we ended up getting pizza and beer, and that is all we need in this life.